All right, welcome back. AM Ghana continues here on Adwa TV. My name is Samuel Kusiapia. We have a very interesting section up next for you, and we are going to look at our environment, our communities. We are going to talk about a very peculiar issue that worries our community. Over the past few years, we have been talking about water, and of course safe water, not just water but safe water, and providing safe and hygienic conditions for deprived communities as far as safe water is concerned. If you travel through some areas in the country, especially in the villages, you'll be surprised to see the kind of drinking conditions that are in some of these villages. And I mean, there are no options for these people except to take what is presented to them at any moment. It's quite appalling. But then, what can we do about it? Government, myself, yourself, and by this, an NGO has actually taken a course, and then it's actually a priority for them to provide safe and hygienic conditions for the deprived communities through safe water. I have one gentleman here who is going to tell us about how they have been doing this, and I mean general conditions about the topic we are discussing. Thank you very much for staying. But help me welcome a gentleman into the studios now. His name is Bekoe Debrah. Isaac Bekoe Debrah. He is the CEO for the NGO known as I Grow. As I Grow. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir.
As I Grow.
Yes, sir.
As you grow, what is happening?
Oh, first of all, I will thank you for this wonderful opportunity. And with as I grow, we, as you have already said something small about us, we are into deprived community development, and we have about 7 priority areas of intervention. We look at one, how to fight the menace of teenage pregnancy in these deprived agrarian communities. Then we also look at general community development, water and sanitation, education, the health aspect of these communities, and agriculture. So we look at the multifaceted issues in these rural communities, not just rural, but we are looking at these agrarian communities, very deprived, isolated hinterlands. We are looking at them and how to...
What are some of the things you normally find as problems with these communities?
Okay, with these communities, as I said, their problems are multifaceted. It cuts across economics, education, general social life, water, agriculture. When you pick something like education, when you go there, some of them, they are not even having structures. It's another aspect that we are also campaigning for. And some of the children too, they are not in school. You visit a community, about 200 children, they will be in the house. They will all not be in school. You go to some of the communities. I don't want to come to the water issue now.
You come there.
Yeah, you go to some communities, you see that most of the women there are, let me say, they are not working. They are always in the house. Majority of the girls, when there was an article, I think on 2nd May this year, 2021, and almost 110,000 teenagers got pregnant as of now. And you look at...
It has actually risen to, I mean, from I think 2016 to now, there are over 500,000 teenagers.
You look at this, and when you come down, you go through these issues, you know that most of these girls, adolescents, are from these deprived areas. So with the deprived communities, I think they have a lot of issues. And concerning health, you go to a community, about 300, 400 people, they don't have anything, even health facilities over there. Some of them have to walk almost about 3 hours, 4 hours before they get to a place where they can get a motorcycle for them to be commuted to wherever they want to be. So with the deprived communities, I think they have a lot of issues, and these are the few that I have mentioned. But when you visit them, when you go down, you see that deeply these people, excuse me in quote, you ask yourself, are they part of the continent, or are they part of the nation? So they have issues that I think we need to go down and find out.
Interesting. This time around, we are looking at providing hygienic conditions and, of course, safe water.
Yes, please.
For these deprived areas. It's so obvious that these deprived areas lack what we call safe water. What has been your observation when it comes to water, provision of water for these people?
Oh, thank you for another opportunity. When you take these deprived communities, the issue is most of them, they don't have motorable roads. So sometimes it becomes very difficult for them to even get someone to carry their message to the cities, to the urban centers, for the people, the leaders, to even know that we have a section of people here who do not have
such problems.
Who do not have water to drink. And when you go to these areas too, I tell you, the only source of water sometimes they have is the stream. And most of the areas too, they have to walk hours,
several distances,
yes, before they can get this sort of water. And sometimes during the Harmattan as well, these streams and they dry out. And you ask yourself, how do they live? How do they survive? And for a week, somebody will tell you, I have not taken my bath, I've not gotten
some of these things that we hear. For instance, you say, is it a reality? Is it because we are in Accra and we don't see some of these things happening in Accra? That's why it becomes difficult, because you mostly hear about how scarce water is in some deprived areas, but it is as if nothing is being done about it.
Actually, this is one of the reasons why, as I grow, we have taken upon ourselves to campaign for these people. Sometimes the issues might be there, but who will carry it out? And when you look at deprived communities, rural communities, they are isolated from the cities. And sometimes, as we said, you need to walk hours. Their roads are not motorable. So it takes someone who has the edge, who has the zeal and the enthusiasm to say, okay, I will go to these areas to find out the problems over there. So the actual problem why these issues are still there is that people do not even know about it. Some of the names, if you mention it, people begin to laugh because they don't think these people exist.
Yeah.
So that is the main issue. But if all of us, I think you have you might come from a village. But if I may ask, how many times do you often go there?
I don't even know where it is.
Good. So we get to the cities, we come here, we seek, in quote, greener pastures in the cities. Things begin to augur well with us. Then we forget that, oh, I'm from a village, I'm from here. I have been campaigning for my village, where I hail from, Miaweni, and Miaweni in the Suhum municipality. And now they are saying the whole gang, if you Google Miaweni right now, you will see they are saying I have brought Miaweni to the limelight. Not that that is where I came from. And they are not having water. Not that area alone, a lot of people. So I think each of us should go back. Even if you don't know, you ask maybe your grandpa, your dad, this is where I came from, what is their problems? And I can tell you that all the rural communities that I have visited, I have taught, about 90% of them do not have water to drink. So the issue is we do not know about these agrarian communities. We don't have ideas about them. It will baffle you that the MPs and the ministers, whoever in position, might not even have not even heard of some of the names, some of the communities. And I don't blame them. It's not their fault. Neither is our fault. It's because nobody is carrying their names out. And we, those who hail from these communities, we come out and we forget about them. we think, oh, now I'm okay. Now
Oh yes,
I'm a banker.
yes,
I'm this.
where to sleep,
Yes, somebody asked me, the garden eggs. Do we pluck? Do we take garden eggs from the soil? You too, in Torwafi for mana. But that person is from a village. Then you are asking me garden eggs. Do we take it from the soil?
Perhaps, I mean, the person may have lived their lives
Yes.
all their lives in Accra, having been into some of these villages before, and so you may never.
Yes, that is why their issues keep compounding. We have relegated them to the background. But you go to the market, you buy contemporary. You have stayed in Accra for years. You eat contemporary, but you've never asked yourself, where do we get the contemporary? The cassava that, I don't think Accra here, we have about 10 acres of land where they have cultivated contemporary, cocoyam and
The
stuff.
land is not even here.
Good. So you ask yourself, so how do we help these people to also survive so that they can help us also get more good foods to eat? So the issue has been we not getting the idea about the people over there. That is why there are problems. Water problems keep compounding.
Have you done any work with on water in those areas so far?
Yeah, actually, we are on course, and that is our main projection for this year.
Okay.
And we have started, and we have also, in talks with other organizations, and we are also trying to connect to some individuals. And we are still praying that we will have more people, whereby we can get. We have our projections of getting about 80 boreholes for 50 communities in by the end of 2022. So we are pushing hard. When you look at some of the pictures and the videos of the water that our people are taking, it is very, very abhorrent.
Yeah.
So we are praying that by the close of even this year, we might have been able to get some of the communities.
So your projection is to be able to provide the 80 boreholes for about 50 communities at the end of next year?
Yes.
Yes. Have you been able to do any so far?
No, but we have started with some of the sightings with some engineers and other stuffs.
Okay.
So we are also praying that more people will come in. Some people are volunteering. So we are also praying that. And I think when we were one media house, I saw it, and they solicited for funds for one community, my community, Miawani community. Yes, and I think the contractor has been there to do sighting for them as well. So as we are pushing, we know other people too will come in. If you hear of us, you come, we can show you the community, then you go there.
These 50 communities you are talking about, where are they?
We have some in Jumako, Enyang, Esiam.
So is it in the northern regions, in the middle part of the country, southern part of the country?
We have some in the eastern region of Ghana, then central region. Basically, for now, these are the two areas that we are looking at.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. So, how are you going to achieve? How are you going to put these things together? I mean, you are an NGO. How do you go about building these boreholes to provide potable drinking water for these communities?
Okay, what we do is we go there. We don't sit down. We go to the grassroots. We go to these areas. We have Debrah with them. We go and see the actual problem, where they take their waters and other things. So we take pictures. We have videos of it. Then when you go visit our website, it is there. When you go to Facebook, it is there. And we do publications on them. So people who see will just contact us. Then actually we are not thinking about
seeing pictures
yes, this is a source of water for almost 300 people. Kofi Yankee, this is in the Suhum municipality. The area is called Kofi Yankee. Yes, and imagine this.
The thing is that you see them drinking from this same water as their livestock also drink from the same sort of water.
Yes, this is also in the same municipality that we visited. It is around Kukua area. So this is the sort of water that the people in the area they take. Then this one is also Yaolaga in the Kuyapim of municipality that we visited. So you look at this sort of water that people are taking, and they are also human. And we have rejected these people to the background. They have not committed any crime. They have not done anything worse of
To
that.
deserve
Yes,
such
yes. So I think I don't want to concentrate on our leaders, but as individual citizens, and in 3 years, so young Daniel. So let's forget about president, government, and stuff. Let's come together. Together, we can build a formidable life for each individual in these deprived communities. I bet you, when these people are well catered for, it will even clamp on the issue of rural-urban migration. If they get water, their roads are okay. They have lighting system over there. The education. I can tell you that some of the children in these communities do not go to school. You can't force them. They don't have water to bath. You get up, no water to drink. Imagine you not having water to drink from morning till evening. What might happen to you? And sometimes when you talk to them, you see the anger pouring out in them, and it's not their fault. I think constructing a bowl of about 25,000 cedis, I think we can do it.